Welcome back to the IS Companion. Continuing further on the debates in psychology. 3. Nomothetic versus ideographic approach. Another significant debate in psychology revolves around the nomothetic versus ideographic approaches to studying behavior. The ideographic approach focuses on understanding the uniqueness of the individual. It aims to provide an in-depth, holistic picture of a person, considering their personal experiences and characteristics. While this approach offers rich, detailed insights, it tends to be subjective and its findings are often difficult to generalize to others. Gordon Allport is a notable psychologist who advocated for the ideographic approach. He believed that to truly understand individuals, psychologists must study the unique aspects of their personalities and life experiences. Allport's emphasis on individual traits and personal narratives highlights the depth of insight that can be gained from this approach. The nomothetic approach, on the other hand, seeks to discover general laws of behavior by studying groups of individuals. This method emphasizes precision and generalization, allowing psychologists to apply findings broadly across populations. Hans Eysenck and Raymond Cattell are examples of psychologists who adopted this approach. They focused on identifying common traits and creating personality inventories that could be used to predict behavior in large populations. 4. Empiricism versus nativism. The debate between empiricism and nativism explores the origins of knowledge and behavior. Empiricism asserts that knowledge comes from experience, and learning is the key driver of behavior. This perspective emphasizes the importance of training, learning, and environmental influences in shaping behavior. John Locke's tabula rasa, blank slate, theory epitomized this viewpoint, suggesting that individuals are born without innate ideas, and all knowledge comes from experience. Behaviorists, like Watson and Skinner, align with the empiricist perspective, believing that behavior is learned through interaction with the environment. Their work on conditioning and learning mechanisms demonstrates how environmental stimuli shape behavior. Nativism, conversely, posits that behavior is primarily determined by genetic endowment and biological factors. According to this view, behaviors are guided by innate forces and predetermined blueprints present at birth. This perspective aligns with the work of theorists like Noam Chomsky, who argued for the existence of innate linguistic capabilities. Chomsky's theory of a universal grammar suggests that the ability to acquire language is hardwired into the brain, providing a clear example of nativist thinking. The empiricism-nativism debate underscores the classic nature versus nurture argument, exploring the relative contributions of genetic inheritance and environmental factors in shaping human behavior. Jean Piaget and Lev Vygotsky provide additional perspectives, with Piaget emphasizing stages of cognitive development influenced by innate factors and Vygotsky highlighting the critical role of social interaction and cultural context in learning. Conclusion. The debates in psychology, determinism versus free will, molecular versus molar approaches, nomothetic versus ideographic methods, and empiricism versus nativism, highlight the complexity and diversity of thought within the field. These discussions are not just academic exercises, they have profound implications for how we understand human behavior, develop psychological theories, and apply psychological principles in real-world settings. Understanding these debates encourages us to consider multiple perspectives and adopt a more holistic and nuanced approach to studying psychology. By appreciating the interplay between different forces and methodologies, we can develop a richer, more comprehensive understanding of the human mind and behavior. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to our continued exploration of these fascinating debates in psychology.